champion in the arena of dub.
Welcome, everyone, to another Waku Vibe Code stream session. I am Chair. I'm here to prop you up. With me is the Waku Solutions Engineer and Chaos Agent Extraordinaire, Václav.
Hello.
Hello. Waku, of course, is a peer-to-peer messaging and data transport protocol. It is the spiritual successor to the Whisper protocol, originally defined in the Ethereum white paper. It does support private messaging and data transport. We have been running these streams frequently and often and regularly, and we thank you all for joining us as you always do. If you could like and subscribe and retweet and share wherever you might be watching on X or YouTube, that would be very helpful. If you have questions about anything you see here today, or that you may have seen previously, or just really about anything, let us know in the chat. We can see it. Useful questions will be answered. All questions will be answered.
Maybe.
Probably.
Probably.
Without further ado, I will pass the microphone to you, Václav, and please guide us gently and boldly forward.
Thanks, Chair. Thanks for the intro. I want to also encourage people, if you maybe don't even have a question because you have no clue what are we talking about here, I am happy to run through Waku or logos or whatever while I wait for AI to finish coding or while I'm typing. So feel free to ask anything. Not it doesn't have to be related to this stream per se, as long as it's related to logos, Waku, codecs, Nomos. I will try to do my best to answer things. And so last time, I'm gonna start last time. Last time we finished with the broken stuff, obviously. But we finished somewhere around here, where we're trying to integrate ZK Passport into OP-Chain, into our decentralized forum project. And we failed because of me, mostly. And so I finished this the day after, and I've actually published a video on YouTube. So if you go to my Twitter or try to search for Waku ZK Passport on YouTube, you will probably find it. And I showed how this actually works, and that it actually works. I can very quickly do it here as well. So I click Verify Age, and I am using my phone now, scanning the QR code. And you can see here that is doing something. It's updating the status. And now the proof is being generated on my phone that I am over 18 years old. Now the proof is being sent. And here we see verified claims, adult, yes. And this is kind of cool because now you can click the other things. We can also generate all of this in one proof. I just wanted to have more buttons and more fanciness. But yeah, let's say I wanted to prove I'm 18 or older. Amazing. Now I've proven it to this instance of this website, which is completely useless, obviously, because I can see that I am older than 18, but I have no way to really prove it to Chair other than send him the proof, which I could, but it's kind of a waste of resources if I had to send it to everyone all the time and then store the proof and all that stuff. So we kind of have this one system, one building block where we can verify something and store it, and we kind of have a consensus that if everybody agrees that this has been true at one point, it stays true until proven otherwise. And we call them blockchains because once you write something into a blockchain, all subsequent blocks kind of make sure that that older version cannot be changed unless whatever are the rules or the rules of consensus for the particle contract or whatever, right? So what we can do here is we can write this information to blockchain. And now we're going to try to do it in 2 steps. We're going to first wipe code a smart contract. Yay, all the auditors are jumping out of windows because they hate us right now. Amazing.
Really excited about that.
So we're going to write a smart contract, or you're going to ask AI to write a smart contract. I used to be a Solidity developer, so I should be able to kind of guess whether it's an okay contract or it's a complete trash. We're going to deploy it anyway. And so we're going to write a smart contract that will store these 3 values optionally. So adult, true, false, country, and gender. And so, yeah, we're going to make it so that it's stored there. But now that is, again, problematic because if we do this and we just write the state there and we just say, oh, I am adult. Amazing. It's been proven in this instance of this website, and now it's written on chain, but it doesn't really mean anything because I have written the data there after it's been proven on my laptop, and it doesn't, like, the blockchain doesn't know. So ZK Passport also has a bunch of smart contracts which do on-chain verification. So whatever you prove in your mobile app and send the proofs to the blockchain, it's going to verify and tell you true, false, verified or not. And if it's verified, then you can store it safely and say, well, until this date, which is the expiration of the passport, basically, it should be valid unless something changes with that person. So maybe you want to revalidate more often than on expiration, but for us, that's perfectly viable. So first of all, we're going to write it on chain without any verification of proofs, and then we're going to try to integrate ZK Passport and write it with a verified proof. I'm not sure if that's going to happen in this stream. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to walk you through the tutorial that ZK Passport has. If we can't get it working, I'm going to finish it tomorrow or the day after, and I'm going to post a video again about that. So that's fine. First of all, we're going to see AI writing smart contracts because everybody loves that, right? I hope we have some smart contract developers and auditors here, and they can put these angry emojis in the chat or something and be like, these people are crazy. They are promoting AI to write smart contracts, and we're going to get so many hacks. Probably. Please.
I'm sure there's like an Open Zeppelin LLM's full.txt that we can just inform the LLM with, right?
I mean, like it's just another programming language, and it's pretty, like, especially in EVM, it's pretty constrained. There's plenty of ways how to do things wrong as a human, and AI will only partially help. There is a Wake bot, WAKE, not Waku, but Wake, which actually is from Aki. Aki is an auditing company in Czech Republic, in Prague, and they built this AI bot that goes around and audits people's smart contracts. And so we can potentially also ping Wakebot to ask him, like, hey, dude, can you audit our contract? And he is kind of trying to be funny, and I've caught him being complete idiot multiple times. So not a huge fan, but it's a funny account on X. We can try once we deploy it. Okay, so let's get to coding. So now let me just close my other window here because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is what we have. It's huge for me, so it's going to be hard to get through that. But let's say I actually find kilo code, and it actually starts. Okay, great. So we're gonna need. I'm gonna switch to architect mode. I have not shown this before, but killer code has multiple modes. So you can switch it to architect mode, and it's gonna go with different styles. It's gonna like try to figure out how to architect some component or some part of the application, and then it will automatically switch to code mode where it writes the code, and then you can do ask and debug. And like I these two did not really work for me very well, but like the difference between architect and code is pretty obvious. It kind of thinks more in the architect mode, which we do want for our smart contracts. So I'm going to be like, take a look at the ZK passport.ts. I'm going to make it full path. ZK passport.ts file with all the verifications, and create a smart contract which could store the and propose a smart contract which could store the verification outputs, adult, true, false, country, gender, a solidity smart contract. I'm gonna see what it's gonna do. It could use Hardhead. It could use Forge for setting things up. I don't really know. So we're gonna see. Yeah, it's very fast.
Is it Foundry or Forge? Or are those two distinct things?
Well, I mean, one is the overall project and one is a tool, and I have not been using them for a long time. I am kind of worried that it's actually going with the proofs because, yeah, I think it's overcomplicating things. Well, let's see what it ends up doing. I think it.
Have you ever
Yeah.
played around with Scaffold ETH or now Scaffold ETH 2?
That would be great. No, I have not.
Oh my gosh, we have
my-
to do it maybe next stream. Because I want you to do like I have a ceiling and it's like a 7-foot ceiling. But someone who with real Solidity chops, their first time experiencing Scaffold ETH 2, I would love to see how you react to it. I'll send you some links. Of course, Austin Griffith and the Biddle Giddle and all of those fine folks.
Yeah, I know about it. I know it's very cool and people love it. When I started with Solidity, I don't think it was that good, and so I just learned like everything from scratch, and I just kept doing that basically until I stopped doing Solidity, which has been like 2 years ago, and I haven't really touched much of it. Okay, so it proposed this ownable, opens up a lane, nice. It added some kind of a weird struct, verification stored, verification revoked. Okay, with mapping, so address. Okay, address, verification type, verification, and verification type is one of these three. Okay, which be it can be store verification. So we have user verification type value, which is string. What is the value? Oh, right. Okay. And we have whether it's verified. I mean, it's kind of what we wanted, and it's actually based on these. Is based on the code that we have there. So I think it did good job in a sense. I think I've overcomplicated whatever is currently implemented in that page, and so the smart contract is slightly overcomplicated. So I'm gonna ask it to simplify it. Simplify it. We don't need to make the struct so complex. Just store adult true false country string. I'm gonna just do it like type boolean country string gender string for each address, for each submitting address, I guess. Yeah. So I think this is kind of overcomplicated. It's gonna be useful, some of these things probably, when we actually get to verifying things, but we want to start simple. And yeah, there have been multiple these something like Scaffold ETH and a bunch of others over the time. I think Scaffold ETH is kind of surviving the longest and being the best probably. But yeah, I have not really explored that. So we now have the simplified contract. zk passport verifier. We have this information, which is good. We have address and the verification. I would call it differently probably. We are emitting an event which says which user has which values. That's good. Set verification. So it's basically saying a user, adult, country, gender. So this is not right, because this would basically let anyone set anyone with these verifications. We don't want that. We want to make sure that the user who submits the transaction is the one that is setting the data for itself, for himself or herself, and get verification. That's okay. That's what we want. So I'm just gonna ask it to set verification should use sender address rather than arbitrary value. And I've bought more DMs so that I can do more vibe coding. The price went down, bigger discount on credits. So why not?
You bought the dip on human potential.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have human potential, but definitely AI potential. Right. So now we have this. Okay. I'm going to switch to code and I'm going to say, please add this to our project. We will also want to deploy this and use the ABI. Everybody knows what ABI is, obviously. I use ABI in our TypeScript project.
Allen Bartholomew Iverson, the greatest Philadelphia 76er and maybe the greatest point guard of all time.
Given where I live, I have no clue what you're talking about. So,
Václav, you're familiar, maybe some of the audience might not be, that one of my favorite things in life is to make references to American sports and cinema, pop culture, things that you have no context for.
exactly.
And I try to do at least once a stream.
Very good. You get me every time. It's very easy. So the contract file has been written into folder contracts. It asked me here to create the folders, and now we are waiting to install Hardhat. Obviously, nobody these days uses Hardhat. Everybody uses Foundry or Forge or whatever is the name. I'm gonna use Hardhat because that's the thing I know. If I use anything else, I'll just be lost. So we're gonna let it run. We're gonna hope it's not gonna crap itself. And again, as I said, obviously this is like completely useless from the perspective of verifying anything or being source of truth. Anyone can submit anything here, right? So we're gonna integrate it into the website now. We're gonna let it. Should have told it to go with Sepolia. We're gonna let it to submit whatever results are there. It's perfectly fine. It's basically just a step in the way towards an actual verification, on-chain verification. I mean, it's starting to hate us, which is amazing. Gonna debug some.
It can't
issues.
possibly hate us more than we hate ourselves.
I mean, sure. And I've been somehow my YouTube feed has been popping up all these. Oh, okay, that's new. Sure. My YouTube. No. I'm not.
What happened?
No. Sudo. No. I'm never gonna
Sudo
let
apt-get.
AI
Let's do it.
run
Let's
no.
do it. Are you even on Linux? Fuck it.
Yes, of
I'm
course.
on Windows.
No. No. Yeah, I think it's just gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at what failed, and I'm gonna try to fix it manually. But I'm not gonna let
wants to make sure it's updated.
I'm not gonna let AI run sudo. Class extends value. Okay, I have no idea. What I was saying, that YouTube has been giving me like a lot of stuff about AI, but on the like, why is AI bad for us? How it make us dumber, more lonely? How it's gonna take all our jobs? And I'm like, guys, I completely believe what you're saying. Like I can see it. Just yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna be excited about all the weird things AI is gonna do, probably. Which is not supported by Hardhat. Interesting. What's wrong here? It's not a silent time. Blah blah blah. Type is missing. Okay. Type. What is type? I have no idea what type is. hard hat. Huh. What else is there? URL. Okay, so we want to go with Sepolia. Sepolia. It's this one. We're gonna take one of these public URLs. Oh, it's this one. What? Sepolia? No. What? Sure. No type? Type Sepolia is not assignable to. Oh, type is HTTP. Okay. HTTP. Better. Mocha timeout. Gonna get rid of Mocha. We are not writing tests today. Probably. We'll see. So the command that actually failed is npx hardhat compiles. I'm just gonna try to run it. What can go wrong? If something goes wrong, that's okay. Okay, class extend. Okay. I think I know, or I don't know. Import. Nope. Wait, how was it? Does it look like this? Wait, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna look into my other project.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I'd like to
Maybe.
ask the audience to please, wherever you are, X or YouTube or some weird wrapper front end that I'm not aware of, please like, share, retweet, subscribe, turn notifications on, send a DM to your closest loved one for the Waku account that you are viewing this through. Help us grow our audience. Thank you. Suspect, given these early hiccups, that you are going to love Scaffold ETH, whether it's Hardhat or Foundry that you
I am sure
are using.
Wow. Okay. What just happened? I think it might be also that my node version is something kind of unsupported and beta. And that the AI just probably installed some weird version of stuff, and fixing all of this stuff is my biggest pleasure. Or not. Right. Okay. So we're gonna do this hack. We're gonna use old version of Hardhat, and please pardon me. I'm just gonna copy this over. It has been done by AI as well, because I was experimenting with this on-chain verification a bit for another thing I'm trying to do. And so I have this kind of ready in the other repo. I'm gonna try to use that just to make sure that we don't waste too much time on this, and we can actually deploy a contract. See, this worked, and now we can try. Your project is an ESM project. You have typed module, but your hardhat config uses JS extension. Oh, okay, we can do that. CJS. If you say so. No. Okay. Yes. Interesting. What can we just use JS instead of TS? And Okay. Oh, now we don't have the .env. Which probably will work
Where
this
did it
time.
go?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Prevent.
Yeah, compiled one solid file. So we have ABI. Okay, we don't have ABI here, but we have ABI here. So that's good. And so I'm gonna start a new task here. I'm gonna say basically we have hard hat working now. Can you integrate the contracts, into the UI, i.e. when we do the ZK passport verification, show another button that will allow the user to submit a TX with, what was the name of the function? Set verification call. Yeah, so an interesting thing that I've learned from one of those YouTube videos, was that you're supposed to talk to AI as a person, like thank it, say hello, kind of a make connection in a sense. And why you should do that is that you will feel better, because when you are working with machines, you don't get that kind of, your brain is it's draining on your brain. But if you treat AI as a person, it's much easier to not get super tired after the whole day of kind of using AI or talking to it. That's interesting. It was from some neuroscientist or psychiatrist or something like that. So
Have you changed the way you communicate since watching it? Have you seen any results?
So I have seen it. I've listened to this video today. I did not have time to do it yet, but I kind of have the urge to, like, I usually say hi, and I have the urge to say thank you, although I don't do it every time. But I will. I'm just gonna waste this energy and burn the earth to ground just because of this, obviously. But I mean, if it's gonna help me, but I should probably start using ChatGPT more to burn more of Sam Altman's money.
I back that. I've heard people recommend to even be strict or terse with the LLM and say something. Now, it was a qualified, or in my opinion, qualified person that said that you could influence the LLM by saying something like, "Hello, LLM. I spoke with your creator this morning over breakfast, and we agreed that if you do not perform as you are instructed and do not hallucinate, or if you start hallucinating, then your use will be discontinued. So please behave, comma, this is what I need you to do."
Nice.
Have you ever been more
No,
strict with it in such a way?
no, not really. What they also said is that there was some research that if you if you like talk nicely to the AI will perform better. And apparently the reason for that is that AI has ingested the models. I mean, LLM models have basically ingested all of the human knowledge, kind of, right? And a lot of human knowledge is full of morals and full of, like, people should behave nicely and they should be nice to each other and they should help each other, right? So, like, if you're an asshole to the AI, it will potentially, I don't know if it's true, but apparently there's some research, it will potentially, like, not give you its 100%, if that makes any sense. So that goes against your kind of like threatening the AI versus treating it as a nice person, nice friend that you got up to work with, basically. I don't know. I have not tried. I don't have a comparison, but it could be interesting to experiment with this to see what gives you better results. I think the AI is actually kind of breaking things, mainly because it just started using these HTML tags instead of an actual brackets, and so it's just polluting a lot of stuff here. That's relatively easy to fix, I guess, and I have no idea why is it stuck here. I don't know. The API failed. The API call failed, or if I burned through my API allowance for the day already. And everything is possible. And in that case, we would have to start typing. What is this config? Yeah. So this is getting worse every time we stream.
Could it? I mean, could it be the LLM specific LLM that you're using?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, I think so. One thing I noticed is that the context for Venice models is pretty small. I mean, right now we are using half of this context, so it should not be an issue. But I think that the closed models have bigger context and generally perform better. The open source models are just not on par, I think. Still, I mean, they are always like someone from the AI space told me once that the open source models are always like 6 months behind the
Interesting.
closed source models. I don't know if it's true, but it kind of feels like that almost, because if you remember when we did the Trollbox, it was obviously we did not write smart contracts, but it was still like it produced in 1 hour really good stuff, like really working code, integratable into other websites and things like that. And here with Kilocode and the Venice AI, it's not super. I mean, it's not awesome. I don't know what it's doing. Wants to search and replace in this file, then just go and do it. I don't know. I'm gonna probably cancel it. I think it's not doing stuff. I'm gonna try to resume whether it does, like in case it does the API request again. I have a new router, so my internet should be better. Unlike last week, where I actually had to spend all my time on mobile data because it just didn't work at all. And I assume this is extremely boring. So if you have questions about anything, basically, then just let me know. Oh, it's doing stuff now. Scary. It's editing the ABI, which it definitely should not do. It's just it's just copy the ABI, but it's just doing like, I feel like it's just like jumping in the file and just what the. I have no idea what is it like. Wait, what? I fixed stuff. Fixed these things. And
do you by chance have a Claude Max account?
I don't. I will probably have to try closed source AI at some point to see. I mean, with Lovable, I use some closed source models. I don't even know which models. But other than that, I'm trying to use open source as much as possible. But as you can see, it's slow-ish and it makes way more mistakes, probably. And it's getting boring. I understand that. But let's give it a couple more seconds, and if it does not figure it out, then we can go do some stuff manually.
To do. Folks, wherever you might be watching, and we're seeing some very exciting growth lately. That is 100% due to you, the audience, tuning in so frequently. Please like and share and subscribe. If you have questions, now is the time as we arm wrestle the open source LLM. And by we, I mean Václav, as I look on and incite you to engage with and share this broadcast. And oh man, if we're on chain list, then we're okay.
I just
Now
want to
we're
see
in.
the like how much of the credits have I used today so far. But it has progressed. I think we have a button created. This is still broken. We'll see whether it gets fixed or whether you can fix it. So I have. It's not too bad actually. So I'm half through, kind of roughly half through the credits for the day. So it's not too bad. Come on, work, you lazy Terminator. Someone in the chat posted KBS, and I don't know what it means.
Yeah, it's a. Is it a gang? It's KBS gang.
Can we join? Should we join?
Do I have to get jumped in, or can I join in some other way?
Is it path to an exit?
You know, just intuitively, joining a street gang or any type of syndicate doesn't feel like an exit. But
Well, it
might
can be
say
an
it is.
entrance into a jail, but it could also be an exit from the system, I guess. Some system. Should we promote the book?
Oh yeah, it comes out tomorrow. What book? The book is Farewell to Westphalia. It is authored by Jared Hope and Peter Ludlow. I have my copy right here, and it is the best. Yeah, there we go. It is the best why answer to the question of blockchain tech. White papers and technical papers and most documentation gets into the how, which is great for those interested in that. But the majority of people using the stuff or just interested in what it is much more interested in the why, which is thoroughly covered in Farewell to Westphalia, which is available to pre-order right now on Amazon and releases tomorrow. Now, chapter 14 does go deeper into the technical hows, but this is very consumable for the non-technical person who is interested in why all of a sudden, seemingly most governments around the world have flipped their position on blockchain and crypto, nay, Web3. Don't let me hear you say Web3. Farewell to Westphalia by Jared Hope and Peter Ludlow is on Amazon right now. There will be, and I should say, and there will be free PDF open source versions of this text. So, you are not required to spend any money. However, I have the feeling that you might want to have a few physical copies of this to give to a family member or a friend who is curious, because it explains the why a lot better than most people can. Okay, and Shill, have we progressed?
Good job. We have. So we now have, when we verify one of these, we have this new button show up. I mean, the UX is terrible. You're gonna have to hit the AI with that long stick and be like, why? Why? But it says submit adulthood verification to blockchain. Okay. But if we click it, it's a success, which is completely untrue because it also says that cannot read properties of undefined. And I am 100% sure that is an issue that it caused here. And we should actually have a wallet connected. So we just need to figure out how to get to that wallet. I'm gonna assume that there is a wallet hook, use wallet. So we're gonna try to use the hook wallet type current user. Can we actually application status? Can we actually use the wallet? I mean, it has not been used in the context of OP. Oh no, we do sign messages, so it should be able to. We should be able to do stuff with wallet. AppKit. I hate this. Theorem is connected. Theorem account. Create. Get instance. Wallet manager. Maybe. What is a wallet manager? I don't know. Resolve ENS. Get active wallet. Get active wallet. Well, it just gives us an address. It's connected. Get address. Sign message. We have sign message here. We have verify signature. So what does sign message do? Chain adapters, adapter, provider. So we're gonna need to get the provider probably, I think. Because this basically takes the adapter and calls sign message. Wallet info. Wallet manager, or we could just get the wallet manager. Yeah, this is a bit services user identity. That's probably the local one. User identity cache. That's the local stuff. The delegation that calls out to that wallet, and here connect is going to open close wallet type. How is this used? Get instance. Get current instance of wallet manager, and so we could get the instance of the wallet manager probably, and then I don't know what the wallet manager is actually. Here. Where is this coming from? It's coming from here. So is this the whole thing is a wallet manager? Okay. So basically, we would need to define the function here probably. Okay, so we're gonna try to ask, what if we just do this window dot Ethereum? I mean, it could work. It's an ugly hack, but this is a deceptive request. Okay. If you approve the request, third party known for scans will take all your assets. Wow. What are we actually doing? Not gonna approve it. Oh yeah, I saw it actually.
Are we draining wallets? Are we just gonna drain on sign?
Because it just basically used something random, or it says hardware default deploy address as the address of the contract. So that we definitely don't want to do. We would want to deploy the contract first. So let me check if it actually created any deployment scripts. It did not. Okay, so we're going to ask it to create a deployment script then. Create a Hardhat contract deployment script. It's just a simple script that just calls the contract factory and deploys the contract and gives us the address, and then we can paste the address in here, and then we can hopefully get stuff working, maybe. That looks okay-ish, assuming this will work. It sometimes doesn't. Wait for deployment, get address. Yeah, I mean, in theory, it's gonna fail. I'm gonna let it run, but it's gonna fail because it doesn't have any private key. And it's gonna fail because it is complaining about something. About the type again. Okay. Okay, let's run it again. Let's see if it fails differently. Ethers. All right, I saw this before, so it's okay. Some weird dynamic loading stuff from Hardhat. I should not use Hardhat probably. ZK Passport deployed to. Where did it deploy? I didn't give it any private key to submit a transaction, so maybe it just deployed to
Like a local.
local Hardhat node. Yeah. We need to deploy to Sepolia. Let's see. I mean, maybe it's gonna figure it out. End example. I'll provide the private key to the LEN file. That's cool. Error reading. Yes, I don't have it. Very cool. Okay. Please do not send my private key to anyone. Okay. So we're gonna need the private key, some private key. And I'm gonna move this to hide from you for a bit. Let me try.
I can just I can do this for a second.
It's okay. I have moved to the other side of my screen that is not shared. So that should be fine.
Folks,
And if not, then I'm always using some shitty stuff that is not actual usable private key for me. I mean, it's usable, but it only has funds on Sepolia and things like that.
folks, as far as I can see, this is the number 2 broadcast in terms of my algo on X. If everyone right now retweets the broadcast or press share, we will be vaulted to number 1 and beat the Bitcoin Today space. Do it, please. Let us dunk on them thusly as we wade through the swamp that is Hardhat via Venice AI.
Okay. Where was I? I started listening to you and I stopped doing what I was supposed to do. Right. Okay. I need to check the private key again. Why is it not? Why is it unhappy? So this should. I am obviously tempted to just print out the private key as one does, but that sounds like a terrible idea. npx or tab. What was the command again? Come on, scroll a little. Script deploy. Okay, so it says it deployed this time correctly. So we're gonna update the file, this file, with this address. But we're gonna assume that when we verify again and try to submit a transaction, it will not tell us that it's gonna drain all our funds. At least the scam will be properly hidden and not completely obvious to everyone. Rag me softly. So now we submit. What's it gonna say? Okay. No changes to network fee. Where am I? Ethereum mainnet. That's definitely not good. Why am I on my Ethereum mainnet? Okay. Success. No, it's not. That's not. That does not look like success. Why is it trying to send the transaction on Ethereum mainnet? It's not clear to me right now. Get signer. Contract ABI, contract set verification. I'm just gonna get rid of this or not. Object is possibly undefined. Why is it? Maybe I am not switched, but I should be switched. It's Polia Eve.
Is the chain ID set in the hard hat config somewhere?
It's not. This is not the hard hat. This is just trying to. Sorry. This is just trying to send transaction through my MetaMask instance here. And so I am switched to Sepolia, but it's trying to send the transaction on Ethereum mainnet, which I am not sure why. Network-ish. Sepolia? I have no idea. Will it work? Nope.
Now,
if you want to say something,
I like intuitively the hard hat config. It might have the destination network or something like that.
Right, this is not so. This is we have deployed. I think we have deployed to Sepolia.
Okay. So it's just trying to interact with.
But this is okay. Network-ish chain ID. We're gonna drop in the chain ID here. So we're gonna do this. Chain ID 115511. Is it? I think. No, triple ones. Okay. And so now it could, in theory, do the right thing. Success. No, we can't connect to the wallet. Okay, let's try to reload. Maybe too many changes. And on the wrong parts of the application. I'm going to scan the QR code again. Confirm. Done. Submit. Failed to connect to the wallet. I have no idea what I broke. I broke something, but I don't know what. Can you like network object name or chain ID? This one is correct. Name. Supplier. Huh. It was missing the name. But it still tries to submit it on that Ethereum mainnet. I have no clue why. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the reason why Danish used the Reown app kit for the wallet interactions, because if you don't, you're messing with a lot of weird random stuff. Address number. I don't want to. I'm not sure if you want to prolong this suffering.
Well, if we're at a breakpoint, we're at a breakpoint. It's all good. I look for so in summary, we, and by we, of course, I mean you, deployed a contract, vibe coded via Venice AI and Kilo extension in your VS Code, vibe coded a contract, deployed it to Sepolia via Hard Hat, and then issues were discovered. When you're trying to submit some sort of transaction, it's doing it over mainnet rather than the desired Sepolia. We can't figure out why.
I mean, we would. It's just gonna take a bit of Googling or asking AI, and yeah, we've been stuck on things for a while. It has not been that interesting this time, I think. So I would not prolong the suffering of the viewers unless there are questions. Someone was posting about some vibe coding and builder community.
Yes, they have been summarily blocked, and no links were clicked. But thank you for the invitations, folks.
I have no clue whether it's legit or not.
Yeah, I wouldn't click that for you. The Waku Vibe Code stream will go at least one more time this week. Look out for updates to that end. If you are not yet subscribed to the Waku YouTube channel, I implore you to do so. Of course, subscribe to or follow Waku on YouTube as such. But most importantly, check out waku.org, docs.waku.org if you are a developer looking to implement a peer-to-peer private messaging data transport solution in your decentralized application. Waku is, of course, a protocol as part of the greater Logos network and tech stack, along with Codex for peer-to-peer storage and Nimbus consensus.
Nomos.
Oh shit! No, Nimbus is the client. Nomos. Sorry. Thank you.
It's okay.
All right, folks.
I've been reading Nomos white paper these days, so I am all about Nomos right now.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you very soon. Until next time, thank you and mahalo. And now listen. Oh, what? I don't know. I just flipped my thing and that came up. I did not mean for it. Bang! It's gone. Add media source. Oh, we're just there. It is. All right, folks. Have a wonderful week. We will see you soon. Check out